Hey, this is Ben from the band NightWraith, and I'm excited to announce that we've finished our third full-length album, and it's called Divergence. I think we've really refined our sound at this point in our career after 8 years, and this is definitely the strongest material we've ever written. It's also the most extensive level of production that we've ever achieved, and we're really proud of the end result. So our new bass player Jacob is also our recording engineer. He actually engineered and mixed our last album, Offering, so naturally we wanted him to take the reins on Divergence as well. We tracked all the drums at the Band Cave in Denver, which was cool because it's super affordable, and they have a beautifully treated drum room and console room, and we had access to all their mics and preamps. I think we had 22 channels for the drums, which also includes some really nice ribbon mics that we used for capturing the room sound. We also focus on getting great drum performances, so we didn't really have to quantize anything on the drums, and they all sound really natural. So the rest of the instruments and vocals, we just recorded DI in our home studio. We spent a lot of time on guitars and used Igor's Halo baritone guitars, which have Evertune bridges installed and are really convenient for studio work. Not only because they stay perfectly in tune once the string tension is locked in, but because they don't require much string stretching after you change strings, so it's a huge time saver, and we change strings very often, which gave us really bright sounding DI tracks for the guitars. As always, you can expect a bunch of guitar solos on this album, but they're not overly shreddy or anything, just good melodic movement, kind of like a song within a song. The keyboards and synthesizers really stand out on this album too. The dominant tones you'll hear are in the analog synth and Moog realm, and they color the album in a really nostalgic but also sort of futuristic kind of way. We all love horror and sci-fi movies from the 80s, so the synth tones we use kind of harken back to the music from John Carpenter movies or the Goblin scores you might hear in old Dario Argento films. For vocals, we picked up a nice analog preamp, which gave the voices some really smooth and warm tones. I've developed some new voicings over the past few years, and they are very present on Divergence, which is probably the main difference between these vocals and the vocals on Offering. There's also more clean vocals this time around, which can be kind of a risk, but they came out sounding really nice.
1,000 scorched trees are now fossilized.
So we stepped things up a notch on Divergence by recruiting a bunch of our musician friends to do some guest appearances. Our buddy Andy Wild from the Night Sweats laid down a really cool solo on baritone sax. It's an insanely loud instrument too. It was shaking the whole room and probably freaked the dogs out a little bit. And then our friend Cole Rudy from Dragon Deer did some pedal steel work for our single, Perpetual Night. Spy and Igor also used to be in a band with Cole called Katesh, and all of us go way back with this dude, so it was really cool having him involved. We also got some great sounding performances by Kelly from Dreadnought, Joey from Wayfarer, and Jeremy from Aboria, which is a band that me and Igor are also in. So we wanted to step up the production another notch, so we sent this off to Zach Oren to mix and master the project. He's worked with a bunch of rad bands like Immolation and Machine Head, and we worked with him for the last Aboria record, so we knew he would give Divergence the mix that it deserved. And he did an awesome job of making it sound polished, but it's also really natural and even kind of live sounding, so it's actually a good representation of how we truly sound as a band, and it doesn't come across as overly edited. So Divergence will be released worldwide on September 13th, 2024 on What's Left Records. We'll have vinyl and CDs available for pre-order on our Bandcamp page. We're also doing some shows around the album release, and we'll be doing a West Coast tour in spring of 2025, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, we're super excited for you to hear Divergence, and we'll see you at the shows. Thanks for listening.